And my husband, my starter husband, he took... Maybe you have one, maybe you know one, maybe you'll be one. One, two, three, four, five, six. I had, you know, we get together, we always talk. And, you know, I got there into New York in 1961, and I was the headliner at a place called Gertie's Folk City. I don't know if you know it. And it's on Bleecker Street in West 4th. And it was a little charming place, you know, well, not so much. No, it was not as charming as it might have been, but everybody was there. It was the night I was opening, and had this, you know, I was supposed to be the headliner. And so I looked around the room, and everybody was there. Peter and Mary, and of course Pete was there, and very many people. And I thought, oh, they're all here to see me. And then I realized that my opener was a 13-year-old named Arlo Guthrie. And so, and then I turned around. There was Mr. Dylan. He had by then changed his name from Robert Zimmerman, but I had known him in Colorado when he was Robert Zimmerman, and he was homeless already. And he was trying to get a place to stay and so on. And he used to come and see me in Central City, which was my second job after I started getting paid for this. When my husband told me that we didn't have any money and I had to go to work, he said, why don't you get a job doing something you know how to do? You were doing it for all these years before you met me. And so why don't you go out and I didn't know, nobody knew you could get paid to sing folk songs. I mean, it's interesting that actually the great folk scare sort of started before we think it did, because the Weavers had a huge hit in 1950 with Irene, good night, Irene, good night, Irene, you sex machine. I bet you didn't know that. So, anyway, Peter and I were talking about all of this, and he was managed by Al Grossman, and Al was a friend of mine. You know, he put together Peter, Paul, and Mary, and he also said to me, you know, we're going to put you in a trio of girls. That'll be nice, won't it? And I said, sure. He said, we'll get you brown contact lenses because the other two girls have brown eyes. It was the 60s. What can I tell you? But anyway, Grossman was a friend of mine from the old days in Chicago at the Gate of Horn. And he was great. And he called me one day and he said, we're going to have a party at my house. I had already recorded Dylan by the time he started writing Blowing in the Wind and all those other songs. And so he called me in 63 and he said, and I had already recorded Fare thee well, my own true love. And at dinner the other night, Peter sang, oh, and don't you remember riding on a train going west? I fell asleep for to take my rest. I dreamed a dream that made me sad concerning myself and the first few friends I had. I have to cough, hold on.